The Ampleman L-Type is a gangway system that makes offshore access safe, easy, and reliable. When transferring via the gangway, personal protective equipment is mandatory. Make sure to have the following on: covering clothes, safety glasses, a life vest, a helmet, and safety shoes. Wait for the Ampleman operator to safely connect the gangway to the offshore structure. Keep a safe distance from the moving platform. When the light turns green, start your transfer and always keep at least one hand on the railing. Pay attention to the clearly marked sliding step as you walk towards it. The telescoping boom may move towards or away from you as the system compensates. Mind your hands and feet as you step onto the telescoping boom and complete your transfer. When the light turns green again, the next transferee may proceed. If you are transferring with luggage, carry a maximum of one bag on one shoulder, the strap underneath your life vest, and always carry the bag behind you so it does not obstruct your view of the sliding step. Stand clear of the landing area while waiting to enter the gangway. When the light turns green, start your transfer and keep at least one hand on the railing. Pay attention to the sliding step as you walk towards it. The telescoping boom may move forward or backward over the main boom. Mind your hands and feet as you step down onto the main boom and complete your transfer. In case of an emergency, the alarm will go off. Stop walking and hold firmly to the handrail. The gangway will retract automatically. Depending on where you are on the gangway, the telescoping boom may come towards you. Mind your hands and feet as you step over it. Be aware that it might be behind you. If you're transferring towards the vessel and the sliding step is already behind you, keep walking and complete your transfer. If the alarm goes off and you are on the colored part of the tip, complete your transfer. If you are near the colored part of the tip, take 2 steps back. If the alarm goes off when you're transferring towards the vessel and you're on the yellow part of the tip, take 2 steps towards the transfer deck. Then stop and hold firmly to the handrail. Once you have completed the applicable emergency procedure, follow the instructions of the Ampleman operator. Remember, always wear the mandatory PPE. Start your transfer when the light turns green and always keep one hand on the railing. Focus on the sliding step and mind your hands and feet as you step over it. Make sure you know the emergency procedures. Always follow the instructions of the Ampleman operator. Thank you for your attention, and let's make sure we all go to work and back home safely. The Ampleman gangway system makes access to offshore platforms safe, easy, and reliable. The Ampleman is a pressurized system, so remain outside the barrier at all times for your own safety. You can access the Ampleman via the slideway. Wait for the Ampleman operator to safely connect the gangway to the offshore structure. A traffic light regulates the flow of personnel. When the light turns green, one person may proceed at a time. The slideway is made up of 2 parts that slide over each other. Pay attention to the clearly marked sliding step as you walk towards it. Mind your hands and feet as you step over it. Once on the transfer deck, make sure to leave space for others to board, and keep at least one hand on the railing. When the light turns green, start your transfer and always keep at least one hand on the railing. Pay attention to the clearly marked sliding step as you walk towards it. The telescoping boom may move towards or away from you as the system compensates for the motions of the vessel. Mind your hands and feet as you step onto the telescoping boom and complete your transfer. When the light turns green again, the next transferee may proceed. If you are transferring with luggage, always wear a maximum of 1 bag. Wear it on one shoulder. Put the strap underneath your life vest, and always carry the back behind you so it does not obstruct your view of the sliding step. Stand clear of the landing area while waiting to enter the gangway. When the light turns green, start your transfer and always keep one hand on the railing. Pay attention to the sliding step as you walk towards it. The telescoping boom can move forward or backward over the main boom. Mind your hands and feet as you step down onto the main boom and complete your transfer. Once back on the transfer deck, wait for the green light to enter the way back via the slideway. When the light turns green, one person may proceed. In case of an emergency, the alarm will go off. Stop walking and hold firmly to the handrail. The gangway will retract automatically. Depending on where you are on the gangway, the telescoping boom may come towards you. Mind your hands and feet as you step onto it. If you're transferring towards the vessel and the sliding step is already behind you, keep walking and complete your transfer. If the alarm goes off and you are on the colored part of the tip, complete your transfer. If you are near the colored part of the tip, take 2 steps back. If the alarm goes off when you're transferring towards the vessel and you're on the yellow part of the tip, take 2 steps towards the transfer deck. Then stop and hold firmly to the handrail. Once you have completed the applicable emergency procedure, follow the instructions of the Ampleman operator. Remember, always wear the mandatory PPE. Start your transfer when the light turns green and keep one hand on the railing. Focus on the sliding step and mind your hands and feet as you step over it. Make sure you know the emergency procedures. Always follow the instructions of the Ampleman operator. Thank you for your attention, and let's all make sure we get to work and back home safely.
Passengers must scan their eco-wall upon entry to vessel and prior to disembarking vessel. Light will turn from red to green upon successful scan. Scan your eco-wall onto RFID reader upon entry. Scan your eco-wall onto RFID reader before disembarking.
When in the 500-meter zone of the platform, the use of non-intrinsically safe equipment and smoking is not allowed. There must be no more than half a meter difference between the height of the boat deck and the boat landing area. For your safety, do not step on the fenders at any time. A maximum of 1 transfer is allowed at one time. Do not carry bags when conducting the swing rope transfer. Bags will be transferred later by the designated BLO. Personnel with green helmets must be accompanied by white helmets during transfer. Each individual has the ultimate decision of whether they want to conduct the swing rope transfer. If unsure, stop and do not perform the transfer. If the vessel begins to drift away from the landing area, the BLO has the full authority to stop transfer operations. Before transferring, conduct a tug test on the swing rope to ensure it is securely in place. Wait for the BLO to indicate the transfer may proceed. Hold the swing rope with both hands, one hand above the head, making sure the knot is below the hand, and the other hand at chest level. Ensure feet are free from the rope before transferring. When transferring from the vessel to the platform, swing by pushing off both feet. Swing across when the boat is about to move downward from the top. Once landed at the platform boat landing, release the rope for the next person. When transferring from the platform to the vessel, swing by pushing off both feet. Swing across when the boat is about to rise from the bottom. Once landed at the vessel, release the rope for the next person. For manned platforms or normally unmanned installations that do not have a BLO, the first passenger to transfer should be the most experienced passenger with a white helmet. This passenger will also act as a BLO and will assist with the remaining passengers and bag transfers. In case you are unable to carry out the swing rope transfer correctly, hold firmly onto the rope and you will swing back to the starting position or be pulled back by the BLO or other crew members or passengers. If you fall overboard and into the water, remain calm and do not panic. Your life jacket will keep you afloat. Alert the crew of your whereabouts by shouting for help. Listen for instructions from other personnel, and look for any rescue equipment being thrown in your direction and swim towards it. Safety is our top priority in BSP. This video explains the safety rules and regulations for travel by helicopter. In BSP, we use two models of helicopters, the AW139 and the S92. You will be informed before departure which helicopter you will be traveling in. Please pay careful attention to this video. The Compressed Air Emergency Breathing System, or CAEBS life jackets, are used for travel by helicopter. Always perform an integrity check on the CAEBS life jacket to ensure sufficient air will be available for use in an emergency. If the pressure gauge indicator is pointing at 200 bar and above, or is in the green zone, it is safe to use. Check that the green telltale indicator pin is fully exposed. If it is not fully exposed, turn the on-off ratchet knob counterclockwise till it stops, then turn it a quarter clockwise. The indicator pin will pop out and be fully exposed, indicating the supply valve is fully open. Put the life jacket on like a waistcoat, inserting your right arm first. Connect the front zip at the bottom, and fully zip up the jacket. Pull the crotch strap up between your legs, fasten the crotch strap clip and tighten by pulling down on the loose end. Wind up and secure the loose strap. Adjust the life jacket further by pulling the straps on the sides. To deploy the CAEBS, pull the mouthpiece out of its retaining cup, 90 degrees away from your body. Put on the nose clip first and then put in the mouthpiece in a single action. Form a good seal around the mouthpiece with your lip. Exhale into the mouthpiece and then breathe normally. The life jacket can be inflated either by pulling one of the red toggles at the bottom of the life jacket, or manually, by pulling open the orange straps on each side, and opening the zipper by inserting your finger and pulling it up. Remove the cap from the inflation tube and blow air into it to inflate. The life jacket spray hood is under the back of the collar. Adjust the fit using the strap, locking clip and Velcro. The whistle is on the right-hand stall. The buddy line is fastened to the waist strap. There is a grab handle fitted to the rear of the life jacket to allow others to assist you in boarding the life raft. Mobile phones can be carried on the body, or in the checked luggage, when traveling directly to manned offshore platforms, floating accommodation and drilling rigs by helicopters. Mobile phones must be switched to airplane mode when boarding and traveling on helicopters. Hearing protection must be worn before entering the aircraft, during the flight, and after disembarking the aircraft once in a safe zone. Loose articles such as ball caps, newspapers, pens and other small personal items are not permitted to be taken on board. Passengers are prohibited from approaching a helicopter during startup or shutdown. Long objects over 1 meter are to be carried flat to avoid contacting the main rotor blade. To fasten your seat harness, lengthen, fasten and tighten the lap strap across your hips first. Clip the shoulder straps into the buckle. Do not unfasten your harness until the seatbelt signs located on the overhead panels are switched off. Smoking is prohibited in and around the aircraft and apron area. To unfasten, rotate the buckles fully in either direction and lean forward. If an emergency situation develops during a flight, retighten your lap strap.
This is an emergency warning.
When told to, or it becomes obvious, adopt the brace position.
Brace.
Legs together and feet flat on the floor. Put your hands either side of your legs and grip either the seat, your coveralls, or put your hands under your legs. Push back into the seat, keeping your back and neck straight. Emergency exits must not be jettisoned before landing. After the aircraft has landed, and when the rotors have stopped, and the flight crew indicate that it is okay to exit the aircraft, immediately locate your harness release and the direction of your nearest emergency exit. Do not inflate your life jacket inside the aircraft, as it will impede your exit. The AW139 and S92 are equipped with emergency lighting to assist you in locating the doors and emergency exits during low light conditions. In the unlikely event that the aircraft may roll over or take on water, return your hand to the buckle and continue locating the direction of your nearest emergency exit. Always approach and depart the AW139 from the sides. Never directly from the front or rear. Due to tail rotor danger and hot engine exhaust, never go behind the main landing gear wheels or attempt to cross under the tail boom. When entering or exiting the AW139, use the steps provided on either side. To open the normal cabin door, rotate the handle in the direction of the arrow, push the door out and slide until it locks. There are 2 fire extinguishers on board. One is located under the middle row of seats in the center of the cabin. The second is located on the center console in the cockpit between the pilots. A first aid kit is located behind the left-hand side pilot seat. It is important that the windows are not handled when sliding the doors open or closed. Passengers should not lean against or apply any pressure on the windows while seated in the cabin. In the event of an emergency landing on water, do not open the doors as it may cause damage to the floats and life rafts. Exit through the cabin windows. To jettison the window, grip the red retaining strap and pull the long cord until it has completely cleared the window opening. Push firmly on any corner of the window until it falls free of the window opening. Stay in your seat, and keep your seat belt on until it is safe to exit. Aircraft flotation bags are not shown in this representation. The AW139 is equipped with an external life raft deployment system. The pilots will normally deploy the life rafts from the cockpit after an emergency landing on water. The rafts may also be deployed externally, by using the raft release handles located on both sides at the forward end of the sponsons. To deploy, remove the soft cover at the forward end of the sponson, grip the release handle, and give a firm pull until it reaches the end of its travel. In the event of a rollover, use the seat frames, seats or headrests as a ladder to exit the aircraft. In order to avoid the helicopter rotors, follow deck or ground crew instructions when boarding or disembarking. When entering or exiting the S92, use the steps provided. To open the normal cabin door, rotate the handle in the direction of the arrow, push the door out and slide until it locks. The main emergency exits in the S92 helicopter are the upper part of the entrance door on the right-hand side, the left-hand side forward emergency exit hatch, and the rear cabin emergency hatches on both sides, also known as Type 3 emergency exits. In addition, all ordinary cabin windows can be used as emergency exits. To jettison the forward left-hand side and rear emergency exit hatches, rotate the handle fully in the direction of the arrow. Push the emergency hatch clear of the aircraft. All other cabin windows can be jettisoned by pushing firmly at any corner. Your seat belt must only be released after the cabin window has been pushed out. There is a life raft located in the front of the S92 sponsons on each side. The crew will deploy them from the cockpit. They can also be deployed directly. Pull the handle, keeping well clear. There are 2 fire extinguishers on board. One is located behind the left-hand side of the pilot seat. The second is located in the cabin, behind the left-hand side, cabin-facing seat. A first aid kit is also located behind the left-hand side, cabin-facing seat. Do not unfasten your seatbelt during takeoff, flight, and landing, until the seatbelt sign in the front of the cabin has been switched off. Once you've arrived at your destination offshore or onshore, your life jacket is to remain on you as you disembark. The life jacket will be transferred to outbound passengers at the passenger terminal or under the helideck. Passenger briefing cards are located at the back of the seat in front of you. You are required to read the card and familiarize yourself with the safety guidelines of the aircraft. Thank you, and wishing you a pleasant flight.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، الله أكبر. سبحان الذي سخر لنا هذا وما كنا له مقرنين، وإنا إلى ربنا لمنقلبون. بسم الله مجريها ومرساها، إن ربي لغفور رحيم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء، وهو السميع العليم. اللهم إنا نسألك في سفرنا هذا البر والتقوى، ومن العمل ما ترضى. اللهم هون علينا سفرنا هذا واطو عنا بعده. اللهم أنت الصاحب في السفر والخليفة في الأهل. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من وعثاء السفر وكابة المنظر وسوء المنقلب في المال والأهل. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم، والحمد لله رب العالمين.